Welcome everyone. My name is Viscountess Carrier and I am part of the Athenaeum staff and team. And today we're going to be going over some Zoom basic features. Some of them hopefully you already know. Congratulations on getting here, because that's usually the first problem is how do I join a Zoom meeting? Good job. So the next thing we're going to go over is a couple of other things like, now some of these things, because of the fact that we're doing a class, you won't be able to do immediately, but Mistress Disa said that she'll turn the features on later on so we can practice, because the whole goal is that you should be comfortable by the time Athenaeum comes around using Zoom to have your video conference. Anyway, so there'll be a slight delay, I apologize, but anyway. So today we're going to cover turning your mic on and muting yourself, turning on your video, turning your video off, turning on chat, turning on participants so you can see who's here, how to rename yourself, and how to share your screen. And then we'll have some practice time.
Can we pause for just 1 second?
So what we're going to be covering today is all the things we talked about. We're going to turn on your mic or mute, how to turn on your video, how to turn on chat, how to turn on participants so you can see who's there, how to rename yourself, and how to share your screen. And then also I'll give you some more resources and opportunities to practice and to learn more. So the first thing we're going to do, I want to thank Lady Alicia for giving me permission to use her image from a previous talk as my examples. One of the weird things about Zoom is it doesn't like to show itself, so it's hard to take a screen capture or to share the Zoom experience with you. Anyway, so to turn your mic on and off, there are a couple of different ways. The main way is when you first join, is that it's going to be a little unmute button at the bottom. And when you click that, your microphone will then be on. So the next thing you'll probably want to do is turn on your video. To do that, you'll do the same thing. You'll click Start Video. And when you do that, then you'll join our group and you'll be able to see. Unfortunately, I didn't have a group picture from before, but we'll practice that in a little bit. So the next thing you want to, So when you get to more than one of the speaker on, you have the option of switching from a speaker view, which only shows me, which is what you're in right now, to gallery view, which will change and allow you to see kind of literally a gallery, a whole bunch of very, think Brady Bunch with everybody in their own little squares. And we'll practice that too. So then, oops, sorry, I went the wrong direction. Acting on chat. We turned on chat. Oh, that's right, we're turning on chat. So the next question is how to turn on chat. So this is, you'll be able to do this immediately in this lesson, and then you can ask questions, and Mistress Disa can convey them to me. So at the very bottom, you can click chat, and what that will do is it'll open this chat window on usually the right side. And as you can see, this one had some conversation already going. The next thing after that is if you want to type. So at the very bottom, so there's the window, there it is. And at the very bottom, you have the option of just typing. And when you press return, your message, like any chat, will just show up. Now, if you want to, you can chat to individuals. If you click the down arrow where it says everyone, you'll see a list of everybody that's there. And you can select that person, and then you can chat just to them in a private chat. But here's the rub. Private chats aren't really private. During the session, you and that person will only be the one seeing the chat. But if the chat screen, it is recorded, or if the chat is downloaded, then the private chats are revealed. So just know that. During any of the lessons or sessions, we ask that you don't post questions directly to the presenter, but post questions to everybody so that the moderator and the other helpers can see them. And also a reminder to keep your chats PG-13 since this is being recorded. And we also don't do any kind of gating for age in our event. So we have no way of controlling whether or not there are children or other people who don't want to see that kind of stuff. So the next thing is you've noticed there are people chatting. It's like, so who's here, she says. Well, let's find out. So to find out the participants, there's another button, click participants. This meeting last week there were 14 people. I think ours is only maybe 6, not exactly
7.
sure.
We've got
7? Okay, good. It's a good thing. And I've lost my thing anyway. Okay, so there you go. So then you'll get a list of everybody who's there. And that also, the participant list also reveals some extra features as well as some other shortcuts. So there it is, yay. So some of the things that it will show you is it's an easy way to see who is on mute and who is has their video off. And it's also, if you click on that, it'll give you some additional options. You can change your name. So to change your name, you click on your name in the list. That's me. And then a more button will show up. Notice also this is another quick way for you to mute or unmute yourself. You'll get a rename, and then you'll get a rename field. And you just fill it in, click OK, and your name will be changed immediately. We're asking during Athenaeum to please use your SCA name so we'll know who you are, and any titles that you want to use, that's fine. For exhibitors, we ask that you please include the word exhibitor after your name so we know who's exhibiting. And if they are, someone is staff, or for Athenaeum, they'll have the word staff after their name or their job title. That way you'll be able to figure out who to go to for help. And unfortunately, you will have to change your name every time you join a meeting. So during the Athenaeum event itself, when you go into the event, you will need to change your name for every meeting you have, as well as when you're joining the breakout rooms and the salons. So changing your background. So this is a really super popular one. Unfortunately, as you can see, well, actually you can't see, but you will later. It doesn't seem to work really well on Macintoshes, and it doesn't work on older computers. So if you have a newer PC, then you can use this feature, and it's kind of cool. How to do that is there's an up arrow next to the video. If you click the up arrow, there it is, a little easier to see, you'll get a little submenu. By the way, if you happen to be one of those people that has a separate webcam from your laptop cam, you can use this screen to switch between them. Anyway, if you click choose virtual background, you'll get this screen. And as you can see, that is the background that is actually behind me today. And for PCs, I believe you usually have about 6 kind of generic ones that they include, including some video ones. I don't recommend using the video ones. It's very distracting to watch the palm trees wave. I'm not sure what's that about, but anyway. And if you don't like any of them, they're there, or if you're on a Mac and you don't have any, you can click the plus button, and then you can select anything that is already on your laptop. Like for this background, all I did is I just did a quick search of medieval taverns, and then saved an image that I liked, and then used the plus here to add it to my screen, and then it immediately comes up as my background. If you decide you're done sharing your screen, or the effect is not what you want, click none, and that will remove the screen. And then to close the screen, you click the close X button, and you're back with a new background. So for Athenaeum, so I should stop. Is there any questions? I know I'm going through this very fast, but I'm kind of hoping to get us to the point where we can practice and work with each other.
We did have a comment that was a good thing to mention as far as renaming goes.
Yes.
If you have a Zoom account, then you can make your name your default. So it will default to it. If you make your profile name your, whatever you want it to be. But if you have your, say, modern name, then yeah, you're going to have to do that every time.
We can, we'll add that to the next one. I just had sort of assumed that most people that were at this level probably didn't have or want a Zoom account, but we'll definitely add that. If you do doing that, you will find that, I believe, in the same more. I don't know if we'll go back really quick. I believe if you go back to more, there's a that says edit profile picture, and I think that's also where you can edit your name. Anyway, let's go back to where we were. Anyway, so we changed our background. So sharing. So sharing your screen. So sharing your screen for app is probably going to be one of the most common things that you'll be doing at Athenaeum, because you'll want to either share some images that you have on your already have on your PC, or that you have saved on your desktop, or you'll want to share a video that you have from YouTube's maybe, or you'll want to actually share your Athenaeum page. And you can do any of that. And you also have a whiteboard feature and an annotation feature I want to tell you about. So to share your screen, again, the handy dandy menu at the bottom, click share screen. And then you're going to get, I'm showing you it again. Then you'll start showing that you'll see a menu that says you're starting to screen share. Oops, and sorry, this is a little bit out of order. Sorry, that got out of order. Should have been this screen. This is the screen. So what it'll show you is all of the potential screens and apps that you can share. I happen to have two screens. So I have a screen 1 and a screen 2. And when you click the share button, it'll actually superimpose a 1 and a 2 on your screen, so you can tell which is which. If you have like a browser up, it'll show you the browser like this. I have a PowerPoint. It also gives you the option of sharing your whiteboard. But anyway, so if you're sharing your screen, you click the screen you want to share, and then you click you want to click share computer sound if you're sharing videos, by the way. Sorry, that was a little out of order. If you want to, but then you click share, and then you'll share. So another cool feature is the whiteboard, and the whiteboard is where you can doodle, like if somebody was wanting to show you something, how does that work? You click the whiteboard button, and then you click share. And this nifty whiteboard comes up with whiteboard controls. And you can see you can do text, you can draw, you can highlight something, and you can say, like, and once you do your doodle, your whiteboard, you can save it. So this could be good for like a discussions. So when you're done sharing, you just click, sorry, that is not what it was supposed to do. You can click stop sharing. So the annotation button also allows you, if you're sharing something, is that you can use like a marker, and you can kind of like circle and annotate things. But anyway, sorry, that was weird. So that was a really speed introduction to Zoom. Just so you know, so there's going to be Athenaeum office hours this Friday at 6. And so if you're interested in those, I can get you the link for that. We'll also be repeating this class and more opportunity to practice on Sunday. And then next week, we'll be actually walking through the Athenaeum Zoom experience, which is the entering the room, going into the waiting room, into your breakout sessions, the announcements and all of that. So, and that'll be hopefully another opportunity for you to practice some of these things. So, and then we'll repeat that again the following. Oops, that is a wrong date. I apologize. That should be 9, 10, 11, 12, I believe.